Hello, my name is Kim and bienvenidos to your March 2025 reading. So this reading will be divided into 4 parts. In part 1, I will be sharing with you what I intuitively picked up on when connecting with the energy of your selected group. In part 2, I will be working with mostly oracle cards to find out what the main themes and lessons of March will be. In part 3, I will be working with El Tarot to get extra information and a more detailed look at what it is that you can expect and or look forward to this month of March. And lastly, in part 4, you will get an opportunity to receive a more personalized message that might give you a more detailed look at what the main theme and or lesson of this month will be for you, as well as a suggestion as to what it is that you can focus on in March to get the best out of this month. Now, please do keep in mind that predictions are not set in stone. They instead offer a look at a possible outcome or even timeline that is or may manifest based on the current energies. So when going into any prediction, remember to only claim that which you want and take note of that which you can change or avoid if that is what you want. Okay, but with that being said, let us now take a closer look at the options. So there are 3 different groups to choose from. Starting off, for group 1 is Inspiration. Group 2, Community. Group 3, Void. And once you have selected your group, please head on over to either the pinned comment in the comment section down below or the description box to find the timestamp that will allow for you to skip ahead to your selected group. And if you are ready, then let us get started. Let's go. Hello, if you were drawn to the card Inspiration, bienvenidos to your reading. So first things first, when meditating on the energy of this group, the message, "We are in no obligation to," came to mind, which pretty much sounded like the start of a sentence or a statement more like. So this month you may be negotiating something, making negotiations, reaching some kind of settlement with another. If not, you could be standing your ground. You could be advocating for yourself or reminding yourself that you are not obligated to do something or show up in a certain way or show up somewhere perhaps. You could be reminding yourself to take it slow, to take a breather, to take care of yourself. Because with inspiration, it seems like, first of all, what came to mind is you have been planting seeds. And so, for example, let's say if you began something a while back, for a while now you've been working on this, making sure that it's getting exactly what it needs, just like a seed that needs a little bit of tending to and watering so that it can do its thing and grow. And so if that is the case and you have been working pretty hard and or dedicating a lot of time to seeing this grow and or tending to it, then this month there could be a part of you that is kind of reminding you to slow down or to take a break if you haven't taken a break in a little while, or reminding you that it's okay if you do decide to take it slow at some point in the month of March. Now, I do sense that at some point in the month of March, you will be pretty inspired to create. You might be getting ideas to further develop something you have been working on. Or it could be ideas for new projects, new side projects is how it's coming through. The word integration also came to mind. So there could be a couple of things that you are wanting to integrate, to try out, see if they work well with something you've been working on. Or if it's not to a project you've been working on, this could also be like your day-to-day, your routines, maybe even your diet. The word supplement came to mind. So some of you could be trying out new supplement or giving them a go this month. But the illustration in the inspiration card is making me think of like branching out or wanting to branch out, wanting to expand upon something. So that could very well be the case where you are wanting to do this month, or you are working to do just this. And the illustration in the inspiration card also makes me think of neurons, synapses. So your brain could be hard at work this month. And again, it could be because you're getting a lot of downloads, a lot of ideas, or you will find yourself thinking of new approaches or better approaches, systems, perhaps methods. Or this month, you could be using your mind, your brain quite a bit to find solutions, figure something out. So I do see you being intellectually and creatively stimulated this month of March, where something is getting you fired up in a good way, excited. So I wonder if some of you this month are learning something new, or you're expanding your knowledge about a topic you have been quite interested in. What just came to mind was brain games. So this month, some of you may feel inclined to do things that stimulate your brain, stimulate your creative mind, perhaps your imagination. And I did think of a class, so some of you could be enrolling in a class, taking a class. You could currently be students going to school. And yeah, I see you being quite focused and quite entertained and engaged with whatever it is that you're currently learning and or studying. If you are students or self-studying, you could be finding a study method that helps with you keeping engaged or keeping focused, or making the whole studying a lot more enjoyable for you, and also helping with you retaining information a lot easier. What else is coming through? I was also reminded of the nervous system when looking at the illustration in the inspiration card. So a lot of you could be taking it upon yourself to work on your nervous system. For example, doing exercises that help activate your parasympathetic nervous system and soothe your sympathetic nervous system, which controls the body's fight or flight response. So some of you could be practicing or putting into practice some mindfulness techniques this March. And if that is the case, I see that these will definitely be helping with self-soothing or self-regulating. Okay, but now let us move on to the cards. So the following cards I will be drawing out will give us an overview of the month, as well as a look at what the main themes and our lessons of March will be. This month, I feel you will find that there's a lot of things in your life currently that connect. Maybe that sounds pretty obvious, but I see this being something that you will come to realize or become quite aware of in the month of March. But we have the 11th house with Jupiter in Aquarius and the key term innovation. Let me pull out the rest of the cards. So definitely there's a lot of creative energy this month. Or this month you yourself will be quite inspired. There may be a lot of things in your day-to-day, or quite a few things that will pop up randomly throughout the month that will inspire you creatively, intellectually, or help with you coming up with innovative ideas or solutions. But we also have number 30 with gentle with words, the key phrase quiet expression, and the message be gentle with how you speak. A moment in time could use your tender tongue right now. Secrets may also need to be held in to protect any potential unwanted exposure. And lastly, we have the Queen of Hearts with number 23, the ring. And interesting that the ring came out, because The whole time I was shuffling this deck, I was looking at the illustration in the Gentle with Words card, and my eyes kept being drawn to the ring. And I kept thinking to myself, rings seem to be important. I should mention it. And then the ring popped up. So a ring could be an important sign for some of you. Or this month, a ring or a piece of jewelry may be playing a significant role. Perhaps some of you are jewelry makers, or you're starting or developing a jewelry business. And if so, this may be serving as confirmation for you guys. But rings make me think of commitment, of engagement, right? We have engagement rings. So this month, I see you being pretty engaged with a topic, a subject, a class, a course, material, maybe a hobby or a project, a passion project, something you've been developing, something you have been working on. The word forum just came to mind, as well as discussion board or blog. So some of you may be developing like a website or forum where people can discuss about a topic or a subject. Or this month you will find yourself being pretty engaged in some kind of discussion. With the Queen of Hearts, this makes me think of caring about what it is that you're doing, being engaged in something because you genuinely care about it, because it means something very personal to you. So this month, expect to be a part of something that you are genuinely intrigued by, sparks your curiosity, and has you thinking, has you possibly even introspecting or coming up with ideas. Also, the ring may be hinting for some that there will be some kind of commitment this month. It's like you're quite committed to attending to your responsibilities. Yeah, because I kind of get this feeling of someone being hard at work, or maybe that has been the energy for some of you, and that's why we spoke at the beginning of this month, possibly needing to remind yourself to take it slow, to take care of yourself, take a breather. But what else is coming through is that this month you could be presented with an opportunity to work on something or be part of something. But to say yes to this opportunity means some form of commitment. As an example, by saying yes to this, accepting this offer, you will end up saying yes to being in charge of a project for a year. And during this time, you will be solely focused on this project or this responsibility. You might not be allowed to work on other projects. Or by saying yes to this, you know that this will become your main focus, that this will consume most of your time because it could be a very dense, very big project, for example. Yeah, there's this feeling of, ooh, this is a good offer, but I know that it comes with a lot of responsibilities. I know that if I say yes to this, a lot will come with this. A lot will be required of me. I will need to invest the majority of my time in this, maybe even resources. Yeah, it seems like a big commitment. Like, you know that if you say yes to this, you will have to commit. You will have to be on your A game. So I don't really see this as either bad or good. I feel like this more so will depend on what it is that you want, and if you are willing to commit, if this is something that genuinely excites you, if you feel like this will benefit you or is an opportunity for you to grow, for you to develop your skills, or for you to maybe even network a bit. So whether this is a good offer or not, it will very much depend on you, what it is that you're looking for, and what maybe works for you at this moment in your journey. Yeah, because we do have Jupiter here, which is the planet of expansion, of growth, of achievements and breakthroughs. So for a lot of you, this opportunity or offer could very well be what it is you've been looking for. You might be seeing it as a great opportunity for major breakthroughs, or to level up, or to create even more opportunities, for example. But with the 11th house here, which is the house that concerns friendships and your relationships with groups of people, as well as the house that often speaks of humanitarian causes, this month you may be working with others, or you could be receiving a lot of assistance, guidance, or even inspiration from friends or people that you work with, people that maybe you will end up interacting with via work, through work, or through colleagues, right? So this is also making me think of receiving a lot of inspiration from the people that you look up to, from the people that you follow. For example, if you are someone who loves to watch content online, the content creators that you follow, that you're subscribed to, you could be receiving a lot of inspiration from them, or you could also be receiving a lot of maybe emotional or moral support from them. Because right now I'm feeling pretty excited and pumped up. So I feel like for some, maybe someone that you follow, a content creator, or maybe an artist that you look up to, or whose work you really like, or this could even be a friend, says something that really motivates you, that gets you going, gets you all pumped up and excited, and thinking to yourselves like, yes, why not? I can do this. Or, you know what? It's time. It's time to start that project. It's time to launch that. It's time to release that. It's time to go for it. So that could be the situation for some of you. Now, with quiet expression, this does make me think of like working on something behind the scenes. You know, like kind of keeping a project on the down low while you're still working on it, while you're still developing it. So that could be the case for some, where maybe you have been working on a little secret project and you've shared some hints here and there with others about what it is you've been up to, but you haven't really revealed or fully revealed what it is that you have been up to, what it is that you have been creating. And if that is the case, I see this being a good thing, or you're being let know that this is okay if you feel called to do this, that there's nothing wrong with this, and that actually it's encouraged. So I still feel like this month you will continue keeping this on the down low, or maybe keeping your private matters to yourself, like not really sharing with others what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're working on, or thinking about developing, starting, or working on. And this is helping with you keeping focus and centering your energy on that which you do want to create. Because sometimes, this is not necessarily true in all cases, but sometimes when we do divulge what it is that we're wanting to create, or what we're thinking about doing, or what it is that we're working on, the energy that we would have channeled into our creations, we end up expending it on talking about it with others or explaining it. I don't know if that's ever happened to you. Like, you're pretty excited about something and then you talk about it, and it's like once you've talked about it, all that excitement kind of goes away. So if this resonates with you, maybe that's why you're choosing to kind of keep quiet about what it is that you're doing. Or it could also be that you are wanting for this to be a surprise. You are wanting to surprise people with what it is that you have been working on, or you first want to make sure that this is feasible, or that this gets off of the ground before you reveal it to others. It's like this, the word insurance is coming to mind. Like, you first want to assure yourself or ensure yourself that this can get off the ground, or that this can be an actual thing before you reveal it to others. Yeah, and again, if this resonates with you, you're being let know that this is perfectly fine. And again, for a lot of you, this is even encouraged. Now, for others, it could be that if you have been working on something behind the scenes, this month you may very well be launching it, releasing it, revealing it. And with the ring here, there's this feeling of once you launch it, once you release it, then this becomes real, or this becomes tangible, or you know that now you can't back out. Like, now it's done. Now it's sealed. So when you're releasing it, it's you going all in with this. It's you committing to this. The expression saying yes to the dress came to mind again. So it makes me think of commitment. Like, this is what I'm going to go for. This is what I'm going to promote. This is what I'm going to be working in for maybe the next couple of months or years. By me releasing this, launching this, revealing this, sharing it with others, then I'm making some kind of statement, or I'm declaring what it is that I'm working on from here onwards, or what I'm all about, or what I want to be focusing on. Because that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. This is not to say that this is like a lifelong commitment, or it has to be. I mean, for some it could be, because again, the ring does make me think of engagement. So some of you this month could be getting engaged, or you could be saying yes to committing to another perhaps. But for others of you, this could be like an endeavor, a project, maybe a business that you're saying yes to with the mentality or with the knowing that this is something pretty long term. Maybe not a lifelong commitment, but it is something long term or that you will be focusing on for a while. But I'm sensing a lot of excitement, so much excitement, like excitement to reveal this, to share this, to declare this, to let others know about this. But for others of you, like I said, this month you could still just be working on this on the down low. And with gentle with words, if it is the case that there has been an idea brewing in your mind for like a creative project, for example, just as an example, but as of now, it's only been an idea in your mind, it is very likely that this month you are going to get started on working on this idea to bring it into the 3D, to make it something tangible. And the illustration and the innovation card makes me think of fishing for ideas. So you could be brainstorming with a couple of people, or maybe people who you are wanting to collaborate with, or who are like business partners, for example, or people who will be helping you out with maybe this endeavor if it's an endeavor. But I am seeing something like being a bit secretive, where you might not be exactly sharing what it is that you're working on or what it is that you're planning, but you are asking around for suggestions without really letting others know why it is that you are asking for these suggestions. Like, what's the goal or the aim behind this? Like, for example, at the dinner table, out of the blue, you could ask, so what do you guys think about like a jewelry business? Like, what kind of jewelry would you be interested in purchasing? And then you get suggestions, your family or your friends tell you what they think without them really knowing why it is that you're asking this. That it is because you yourself are thinking about starting a jewelry business or creating your own jewelry, something along those lines. I hope that makes sense. But I am seeing a bit of like brainstorming or bouncing ideas off of another, or just getting suggestions as mentioned before. You could also be researching this month, doing your own little research to help you get a better idea, a better understanding of maybe a field, an industry perhaps. You could be looking into how others maybe paved the way, or how others started maybe their own business, or how others got educated on a certain topic or subject, so that once again you yourself can get a better understanding of what is out there, what is feasible, what it is that others have done. So then you can cross-examine is what is coming to mind, but also see if whatever others have done might work for you, or if maybe you need to find a different approach, your own approach, come up with your own system perhaps. But I definitely do see you taking inspiration from your day-to-day, from maybe ordinary or mundane things. It's like you're looking at your surroundings, at your environment, you're paying attention to what people are conversing about, maybe what is trending, what is popular, what was trending maybe a year or 2 years back, to get inspiration. Or you're being inspired by your environment, by your day-to-day, by the content that you're consuming, the people that you're following, like creators, for example, or channels, social media pages, etc. Yeah, so with inspiration, for those of you who are creatives or creators or content creators, there could be a lot of ideas for projects, maybe future projects that you already want to get started on. If you have like a little notebook or a journal where you write like ideas for content that you want to create, if you tend to plan things out or illustrate them, yeah, you could be filling up your book or your journal this month. Because like I said, I see you being pretty inspired and feeling a bit in a rush to get working on a lot of the ideas that are coming to you, or get planning possibly. And if that is the case, remember, you don't have to do everything at once. You can pace yourself. The ideas will still be there, and know that your ideas are pretty innovative, so they're quite original. So at whatever moment you decide to release these ideas or share them, they will still have that same oomph, that same impact that they had when you first received them. They will still be fresh, in other words, and interesting. And with Gentle with Words, a lot of you could be taking a subtle approach to something. It's making me think of someone who lets their art speak for themselves. So if you do something where you usually promote or you usually publicize what it is that you're maybe releasing, launching, or working on, some of you could be taking a new approach to how you are using or utilizing publicity. Like maybe the whole secrecy is something that you're going for, like just giving clues and hints, and that is what is garnering more attention than if you were to fully expose and reveal right from the get-go what it is that you are about to launch 2 months from now, right? Because when you do launch this, it might not have the same impact. Like I was talking about this the other day with my sister, how the advertising for the Pixar film The Incredibles was pretty interesting, and it had a lot of people intrigued because the first trailer that came up for the movie didn't reveal much. And so for those who only saw the trailer, we were very curious as to what this movie was about. We just knew it was possibly about a superhero or someone who used to be a superhero. And so, yeah, it could be this thing of less is sometimes more, right? Or sometimes it's best for the work, the art, to speak for itself. Or to keep people guessing, to keep people wondering, to keep people on their toes, because that builds the excitement. And with innovation, know that building excitement, it will be a good thing in your case because the reveal will be worth it. Because again, going back to the example of The Incredibles, that movie was super successful during its time, and it was something new for the audience. We hadn't seen that kind of movie or movie premise for a while, like a family of superheroes. And so people were pretty satisfied with the reveal with the film. So the hype was worth it. So I want to just let you know that the hype will be worth it. Whatever it is that you're choosing to reveal, to launch, people will be pretty satisfied with it. And you might be getting a lot of, like, for example, if you are content creators, you could be getting a lot of, with the ring, committed or long-term viewers, if that applies to you. Some of you could even be finding your target audience through this or building some kind of community. This also makes me think of like finding your style niche. So that could be the case as well. The number 30 could be of significance. You could be 30 years of age, turning 30 in the month of March. If so, then happy birthday to you. But the 30th of March could also be a significance. The 11th, the 23rd, because we have 23 here, and the 30th could be important days of March. I also keep thinking of the month of November, looking at the number 11. So the month of November could be of significance. Maybe some of you were born on the month of November, or it could be, you know, that you are planning to release and or launch something on the month of November. Well, let me now move on to El Tarot. And the first card that flipped over is the Magician in the upright with resourcefulness, manifestation, and make things happen. Yeah. And the Magician is a creator and is creative, quite ingenuitive, innovative. So you could be testing something new this month, or what came to mind was like testing new products. So maybe that's the case. Maybe you're testing new products, new brands this month. This made me think of an influencer, someone who is an ambassador for a brand. So if this resonates with you, like for example, if you're a content creator, if you are an influencer or that's your aim to become one, then this month you could be reached out by one or more companies to become their ambassador or to help them promote their products. And I do see that the companies will be quite pleased with you because you're finding a new way to like promote the products, or the way that you're promoting the products, the way that you're testing them, reviewing them is quite eye-catching, it's quite innovative, it's quite intriguing and or interesting. We also have the Seven of Coins in the upright with persistence, manifesting ideas, and hard work pays. Beautiful. So it feels, based on the cards, that a lot of you are entrepreneurs, you're self-employed, or like I said, you could be content creators. You could be creating your own business, a small business perhaps. And we also have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, so with misinformation, wrong decision, and lack of focus. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords with feeling trapped, blind to the truth, and self-limiting. So with Seven of Coins, I do see you being pretty busy or quite busy at some point in the month of March. But also the Seven of Coins makes me think of someone who is quite dedicated, someone who is working hard because they're working towards a dream. They're working towards a goal. So once again, I feel like you're focused on something that you feel quite passionate about or that you're quite emotionally invested in. This makes me think of someone who is investing extra time on a passion project, not because they feel obligated to do so, but because they want to. The Seven of Coins makes me think of someone who wants to put in the extra hours, who wants to put in the effort. So with the message that came through at the beginning, we are in no obligation to. Maybe you have been working pretty hard, or you have been dedicating a lot of your time on something personal, like a passion project, or on maybe developing your skills, or coming up with new ideas, etc. And people who are around you might be thinking that you're overdoing it, or they might be wondering, why are they investing so much time on this, or why are they working extra hours? Is someone forcing them to? Are they being forced to? Is it because they feel obligated to? What is going on? And your reply to that might be, no, I don't feel obligated. I am in no obligation to be putting all of this work and effort. I'm doing it because I want to. I'm doing it because it energizes me, because I really love my work, because this is something that I'm passionate about, that I'm intrigued by, and because I'm committed to this. Further developing this brings me much joy. Yeah, so that could be the case for some of you, but only take that which resonates. Because for others of you, this month you could be called to, like I said, to rest, or to remember to rest and take it slow. That you are indeed in no obligation to be overworking yourself or overdoing it with anything. Because the specific example that came to mind is of someone working a 9 to 5 and who is staying extra hours after work to finish a task or to get more work done. And it's like, this person is in no obligation to do this because they already worked their hours, their set hours. And seeing that we have the Magician, the Seven of Coins here, this makes me think of someone who is dedicated to their work, right? And so the amount of work they already put in is enough, and it's more than enough. And there's something here about not feeling obligated to give your time away or give your services away. So let it be a choice, right? If you choose to stay to work extra hours, let it be a choice and not because you feel obligated to do so, when in actuality it is not an obligation. So that's just something to consider for the month of March. And with the Magician and the Seven of Coins, these two cards are giving you a heads up that you are making beautiful progress and that you are on your way to making a dream of yours a reality, and or successfully completing something you've been working on. You know, the Magician speaks of manifestation, and then in the Seven of Coins, we do have the expression manifesting ideas. So like I said, I feel like a lot of you who have had an idea or a couple ideas for like projects or things you want to start working on, or things you want to make real, make tangible, you will definitely get to working on these in the month of March. And I feel like a lot of you have already, and so there's just further development and progress occurring in the month of March, and you will be seeing progress this month. The Magician and the Seven of Coins lets me know that you're seeing tangible progress, or you're making something tangible. And the Magician can also speak of someone who is developing their skills, their crafts, craftsmanship, or they are improving upon their craft. And so this will be the case in the month of March, where you are possibly seeing how you're getting better at something, or you're getting a better handle of something you have been working on or practicing quite a bit. The Magician makes me think of someone who's found their style, or is finding their style, their own methods, their own systems, their own way of doing things. The Magician also makes me think of someone who is experimenting, and with innovation, that could definitely be the case as well. So this month you will have the freedom to try new things, experiment, tweak things around, for example, or make adjustments and come up with something new, something original, something that is more to your liking, more to your taste, or that is a better representation of you, or maybe your personality, or the message that you want to maybe put out there, for example. Some of you may be developing a brand. And the Magician and the Innovation card makes me think of someone who is kind of leaving a mark in an industry, or who is creating a name for themselves in an industry, in a community, perhaps. But with the Seven of Coins, this is in the works. It makes me think of someone who is slowly rising, or working their way up to the top, or finding their community, or creating their community. There's even this feeling of like settling down, becoming well established, or being known as one of the best, one of the top 10 or top tier. With the Ace of Swords in the reversal, don't let insecurities get the best of you this month. I did mention how with the Seven of Coins there is a development, right? So if, for example, you don't see immediate results in something new that you're trying out, don't think that that's a sign of failure, or that this isn't going to work out, or that you did something wrong, or that everything that you've done so far is a complete waste. Instead, give this some time. Don't let negative or pessimistic thinking get the best of you and get you to think irrationally or illogically about the situation, right? Because some things take time. So give it some time is how it's coming through, and be a little bit logical about the situation, possibly even practical, and remain optimistic is how it's coming through. Also, don't let any pessimistic thinking keep you from further developing something you've been working on, or from starting to work on an idea that you've had for a while. Because the Ace of Swords in the reversal makes me think of a lack of clarity. And then the Eight of Swords often talks about us not really seeing the actuality or the reality of things, because we are more focused on what the mind is making us believe. And if the mind is making us believe that there is no way out, when in actuality there is a way out or a way through, we might end up feeling trapped or powerless. So if at any point in the month of March you come face to face with a challenge, you're being given a heads up that this is a challenge. It's not a dead end. It's not a closed door. It's simply a point in your journey that is asking of you to use your ingenuity, your creativity, to find a way around it, a way through it, a way over it, under it, and so forth. So in other words, this is meant to challenge you to think outside of the box and to gain a new perspective, or to test your skills possibly. And please don't let any ideas of, oh, what if people don't like it? Or what if this is not a good enough of an idea? Or what if, stop you. Instead, push through them. Because it feels to me like cold feet. Like when someone's a little nervous about something that they care about, which is totally normal. And so they might be second guessing a bit at the last minute, but this second guessing doesn't mean that they actually have to stop everything or not go through with something that they've been working hard at. So don't let these kind of thoughts or this kind of reaction misinform you about what is actually happening in real time, and get you to doubt what it is that you have been working on so passionately for quite some time, or you've been quite invested in, or you've been wanting to work on it, and so forth. Believe in yourself is a message that is coming through with the Ace of Swords and the reversal. Believe in yourself. And if you allow yourself to just feel through whatever is coming up for you in the moment, feel through the nerves, and remind yourself that maybe you've been over this already, you've had these thoughts before, but they don't necessarily mean or indicate anything, then you will be able to find clarity again. And even recall or remember why it is that you were doing this or are doing this in the first place. Why it is that you even launched yourself to begin this or proceed with this. And that might help with you getting back on track. And this might be a cheesy message, but what came through is you'll never know if you don't try. And it is through us trying that we get to learn, that we get to, through experience, learn a lot about ourselves and learn a lot about what is out there and what we can do and what we can further develop on. If we don't try, then we never know. Never know what the potential is, never know what can be further improved upon. We end up lacking a lot of information or missing out on a lot of opportunities. So give yourself an opportunity, a chance to grow, to explore, to experiment, to try. With the Ace of Swords this month, you could be, as mentioned before, making some kind of decision. An opportunity might present itself to you. It could be a work opportunity, an opportunity to collaborate, or to work on a project, to work maybe with a company, maybe with an agency, with a brand. And again, with the Ace of Swords, you're being simply given a heads up to inform yourself. If you can, look up online what questions to ask for this kind of situation or this kind of opportunity to get yourself as informed as possible, so that then you can make an informed decision, so that then you can really know what it is that you are saying yes to or you're saying no to, or what it is that is being offered to you, right? There's no need to be in the dark about anything, because I feel like all the information that you need is available to you. It's more so about you asking. It's about maybe doing a little bit of research and reading through any information that is presented to you, that is offered to you. Being quite meticulous with that. And also, because messages about negotiating came through at the beginning, remember to also state your clauses, to also state what your terms are. Maybe how flexible you are with something, like if you have flexible work hours, or if you don't, like if you're quite strict with something. Because the Eight of Swords is making me think of being clear as possible, having clear communication. So I feel like that's the advice for the month of March. And the Seven of Coins just made me think of building a community, building an audience, finding your audience, your clients, building a clientele, for example, or a forum is what came through. Yeah, so this feels like a pretty productive month. It does also feel like a month of breakthroughs, where you're going to maybe find new approaches, new systems, or you're going to finalize. Because the Magician makes me think of a scientist who has been experimenting for a while, and then this month they finally find the answer, or they finally come up with the concoction or the formula that is it, that works, that has been tested and it works. So that could be the case. Maybe you're finding a formula that works for you, or maybe you have been testing products, I don't know, or systems or routines, and then this month you're finding the one that works for you. Or if you haven't been making adjustments here and there to find the best technique or routine that works for you, then this month you're finding it. Like you're making the final tweaks or the right adjustment, and then eureka, you have the results that you've been wanting, or now what is it that works for you or works for something you've been working on. The Seven of Coins also lets me know that there is going to be financial progress this month. You could be investing in something, but with the Seven of Coins, know that your investments, whether it be time-wise or money-wise, it will be giving back to you. It might be this month, or it could be at some later point in the year, but you will be getting a return from your investments. There will definitely be a return. The 7 of Coins, because we do have the rings here, which makes me think of commitments and also makes me think of like long-term partnerships, could be indicating a development in a relationship. So if you have been, let's say, dating or seeing someone romantically, or you have been partnered up with someone for a while, then this month you could be moving your relationship to the next level of commitment, or both of you could be choosing to move on to the next level commitment. So, and that might be different for each one of you. For some, it could be like literally getting engaged or becoming a couple, entering into a committed relationship, or maybe announcing your relationship publicly, going public, something along those lines, or moving in together. For some, this could even be about like entering into a business partnership together, or creating something together. So again, it will be different for each one of you, but I am seeing a development in a relationship. And this could be in a romantic relationship, but it could also be in a platonic relationship as well. So again, what comes to mind is like two acquaintances who become friends, or two friends who decide to become business partners, or move in together, become roommates. Yeah, and if there is ever a point in the month of March where you feel like slowing down, or you're noticing that you're kind of losing focus, that could be just your body's way of telling you it's time to slow down. It's time to take a break. And once we give ourselves a time to recuperate, to recover, to take rest, I assure you that after this, we will feel renewed and a lot more focused, and we'll be ready to get back to work, get back to creating, or just doing what we do. And something I just noticed out of the blue, this person's hair here in the innovation card is so beautiful, looks so luxurious. So your hair is going to be looking great this month of March. And if you have been doing some kind of hair care routine or some kind of beauty routine, you will be seeing results this month of March, or whatever it is that you're doing to take better care of your skin, your hair, your body. It's serving you. It's giving you good results, or it suits your body, like your body is really loving it. I'm seeing something like your skin, the complexion of your skin, something to do with your lips perhaps, your hands, as well as your hair. The illustration in the inspiration card also reminded me of the lymphatic system. So some of you could be trying out lymphatic drainage massages, or you could be maybe looking more into your lymphatic system, working with it, seeing if there's any blockages there, if there needs to be any kind of release. And there is something here about breath work. So a lot of you could be a lot more mindful of your breath this month, or you could be doing breathing exercises that will be very, very helpful, maybe to soothe your nervous system, regulate it. It might even help with your lymphatic system for there to be better blood circulation, or energy flow is also what is coming through. Okay, but now I'm going to draw out some extra oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance. And I'm going to pull out 2 cards. If you'd like to get a more personalized message, then you can choose one of these stones or rocks that I have here. So I have rock 1, which I will call Freddie for whatever reason. And then we have rock 2 with Piper. I'll call this Piper. And I will be drawing out a card for each. And so whichever you end up choosing, the card that falls out for it will be the message meant for you. And hopefully the messages on the cards can give you a more detailed look as to what the main themes of this month will be, or a suggestion as to what you can focus on to get the best out of March. Okay, so I will give you a moment to choose and select. And I will start with, and I already forgot the name I gave this one, but with this brown rock here. And we have homecoming with Cancer material, the key phrase, a welcome basket waits on a doorstep, and the message, welcome yourself home. It may be that establishing, organizing, or moving your literal home is important to you right now. Or it could be an emotional homecoming that you long to experience, nestle into your literal or metaphorical haven of belonging. So the homecoming card makes me think that things are coming together. Things are coming together for you guys, or you're seeing how things are coming together. You're feeling a lot more organized. this month or at some point in the month of March. And yeah, I did speak about like you realizing this month how things connect, how a lot of things in your life do connect. So again, that makes me think of things coming together or you seeing the connection between things, which helps you get a better understanding of things or get organized or bring order into a situation perhaps or into your life. And there is also something here about feeling settled at some point in the month of March. Like you can relax because you know where everything is, or you can relax because now you feel settled, stable, in other words. But now I'm going to pull out a card for Piper. And we have compassion with Pisces and Spirit, and the message, open the door to your heart. Opening yourself to other people and their feelings can lend you great compassion, but it can also leave you exposed. Ensure you have healthy boundaries, but let kindness imbue your actions with passion and purpose. Compassion makes the world better. Yeah, so this month you could be offered to work on projects, be a part of things, or people could be coming in asking for your time, asking for your services. And with compassion, there's something here about also reminding yourself that it's okay if you choose to limit how much time you spend on something or not make yourself so accessible to others. It's okay to place your boundaries, right? Because you also have your limits. And it's important to recognize that. Like, we only have so much energy for a day or throughout the day. So it's important to recognize that so that we can work with ourselves instead of against ourselves, and so that we won't end up overworking ourselves or burning out. So you setting your boundaries, you setting your limits, it's perfectly fine. It's healthy. Open the door to your heart also makes me think of you finding something that you truly enjoy, that you're emotionally invested in, and that you want to be a part of perhaps, or continuously be working on. But Cancer and Pisces could be important zodiac signs, as well as Aquarius. The Magician makes me think of Gemini. The Ace of Swords are air signs, so again, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And the Queen of Cups is often associated with the zodiac sign Cancer, or just water signs. So that will be Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So the element of water and air seem to be of significance, or water and air signs. But let's see. You could also feel inspired this month to redecorate or decorate your space, your home, maybe refurbish it a bit, make it feel a little bit more homey, personalize it, make it your own is how it's coming through. So this month you may be investing a little bit more time, maybe even financially, on your home, your space, apartment, studio, etc. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but the ink or this symbol could be of significance, could be an important sign or good omen, as well as the infinity symbol. There's something here about fishing, because we do have Pisces, which is often associated with a fish or aquatic animals, and then we do have this person fishing here. So the sea, the ocean, fishing, or aquatic animals could be of significance. Butterflies as well could be an important symbol or good omen. Rings. Yes, but these are all the messages that are coming through for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance and clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. To all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, thank you so much for that, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. And before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to Spirit, my spirit team, your spirit guides, for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. Thank you so very much, and I'm wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful month of March, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, if you were drawn to the card community, bienvenidos to your reading. So before we get started, I would like to share with you the messages that came through when meditating on the energy of your group, which were: rest assured, all is playing out accordingly, as well as the word survive and the expression we are the night. And one thing I did notice is as soon as I began meditating on the energy of this group, I felt a lot of excitement. And there was a moment in which I felt so overwhelmed that I found myself on the brink of shedding some tears, crying. So seeing that you were drawn to the card community, I wonder if this month you are planning to come together with loved ones, if you are planning to visit family or friends you haven't seen in a while, or if there is some kind of gathering that you're looking forward to. Because I want to be clear that me wanting to cry didn't feel like a bad thing. It felt more like a response of being so overwhelmed with happiness, with joy, and exhilaration. So I don't want to ruin anything for you guys, but this month you might be surprised. You could be getting an unexpected visit from a loved one, someone that you've missed, someone that you've been wanting to see or longing to see, or there could be some kind of reunion. And if you are planning an event, know that everything is going to turn out fantastic. You will be creating a lot of beautiful memories, core memories during this event. And at the end of this event, you will be feeling quite satisfied, quite pleased with how things turned out, and with a warm feeling in your chest as well. Now, for others of you, especially for those of you who do not really like to socialize as much, you are more of an introvert, or maybe even a little bit asocial. If it is the case that there is an upcoming event that you're dreading, that you're not necessarily looking forward to, or maybe you are looking forward to it, but you're a bit nervous about the whole socializing and being around people, know that you will survive the night. Things will be turning out well. You will get through this event just fine. And one thing I found quite peculiar is that a specific scene from the movie The Devil Wears Prada kept coming to mind, and it was the scene where Miranda goes to an event with the characters Andrea and Emily, and Andrea and Emily are there to help Miranda recall the names of each guest attending the event so that there won't be any awkwardness when someone comes up to her to say hello and so forth. And so if you believe in spirit guides, if you often connect and or communicate with your spirit guides, it's like your spirit guides are letting me know through this reference that they will be there with you. They will be there helping you and assisting you, especially if you call to them, if you ask for their assistance. They will get you out of awkward situations, or they will help with keeping any situation, any interaction from being awkward or unpleasant. If you find yourself often struggling with finding the right words or with engaging in conversation, if you ask of your spirit guides assistance, they will help with this as well. So you might find yourself just knowing exactly what to say, or the words flowing, coming to you quite easily. And there was this feeling of you bumping into the right people, bumping into people that you will end up feeling comfortable with enough to socialize with ease. So yeah, just know they will be there for you, and that you will survive the night, the event, and you might even end up having a really, really good time. Feeling quite pleased with yourself and proud of yourself for getting through this and actually attending this event. And you are also being let know that this month, everything is playing out accordingly. So again, if you are planning an event, everything will be running smoothly. And if there are any hiccups, know that they will be resolved or attended to. So everything will be ready by the due date is what is coming through. And this could be true and or apply in any situation outside of arranging an event. Like for example, if you have anything due this month, like an assignment or a task, it will be done and ready before the due date or on the due date. And community does make me think of you having support or feeling supported this month, finding or having a support system, being part of a community, having your community, having your group of friends or people that you work amiably with. You could be connecting with it or spending time with like-minded people, kindred spirits, or people you share a common interest with. Some of you could be attending some kind of convention or again, an event where people who share a common interest are gathering, or have gathered to talk about or celebrate with each other this common interest. I just thought of a movie premiere. I don't know why. So some of you could be attending a movie premiere. But whether that be the case or not, I do feel that in general this month there is a lot of support coming from others, you feeling supported, you spending time with or being with people that you love, people that you care deeply for and who deeply care for you. Okay, but now I'm going to move on to the rest of the cards. So the cards I will now be drawing out will give us a look at what the main themes and lessons of March will be, as well as an overview of the month. I keep thinking of a kitchen. So some of you may be hosting a dinner party, or you could be cooking with others, cooking with loved ones, learning how to cook this month. Or you could be prepared a home-cooked meal by loved ones. By grandparents is what came through. Or eating traditional foods, traditional meals. But we have the 11th house with, well, Mercury and Aquarius and the key term originality. Interesting. This card here is quite similar to the card that fell out for group 1. So maybe some of you were also drawn to group 1. But Mercury and Aquarius could be an important placement. Some of you may be an Aquarius sun, moon, or rising sign. Or you could have Aquarius in your 11th house. And if so, this could be serving as a confirmation. But if not, that is totally fine. You don't have to have these placements for the messages to apply to you. That is, of course, if they are resonating with you. But we also have the 10 of diamonds with number 8, the scythe. So this month you could be working with a team. You could be working with like-minded individuals, colleagues, co-workers. Again, people who you share an interest with, and you could be working with them or brainstorming them to come up with an idea or to come up with ideas. Something original, something new and fresh. And we have listen with strong and silent, the number 31, and the message, use your ear to hear all that it can hear. Your hearing may be extra heightened right now. Take the time to listen before you speak. Listen to your inner voice and the voice of others. There may be something that you could miss if you aren't fully aware. There could also be an energy that surrounds you that listens very well. Yeah, so this month you could be finding yourself in situations where you are surrounded by people who are brainstorming, people who are coming up with ideas or discussing. The 10 of diamonds makes me think of the 10 of pentacles in traditional tarot. The expression paving the way just came to mind. I've never thought of the 10 of pentacles as meaning that, but that is what came through for your reading. So you could be working with like people who are in a way paving the way. They are coming up with new solutions, new alternatives. They are wanting to experience a breakthrough, or they are on their way to experiencing some kind of breakthrough. We do have this bird here and a star in the background, and it kind of makes me think of enlightenment, of spiritual guidance. So, I feel this month it's about teamwork. It's about collaboration. It is about learning how to work with others and realizing that everyone brings something different to the table, and that oftentimes it is best to discuss with people who might have different or slightly different perspectives and maybe even opinions than you, because that's when brilliant ideas and even breakthroughs can occur. That's when our own minds and our own ideas can be challenged in a healthy way so that we can ourselves think outside of the box, because we do have this energy of originality. So this month you could be learning to, yes, speak your mind and maybe advocate for your own ideas and for your own beliefs. share your opinions, but also listen to others. Maybe even take the time to really try to understand where others are coming from, see from their point of view, discuss with others so that you can get a sense of what it is that they are trying to convey to you, so that you might end up learning something new or even finding a solution to a problem that you are facing, or maybe just finding better ways. Because this illustration in the originality card is making me think of advancements. So this month, you will be making some advancements, and it will be through you working with others or possibly discussing, maybe entering forums, discussion boards to see what others think about a specific topic or something that you yourself have been thinking about or ruminating about for quite some time. The number 8 here is reminding me of the 8 of Pentacles in traditional tarot, which is a card that speaks of hard work and dedication, practice. So yeah, I see your mind, your brain hard at work this month. Again, it's very similar to what came through for group 1. So this month seems to be a month for study, for working the mind, the creative mind. This illustration here makes me think of like exercising your muscle memory perhaps, or working the intellectual mind. And the expression cracking the code keeps coming to mind. So you could be cracking some kind of code, or this month you could be getting a better handle of something that you've been trying to get quite familiar with, or you have been learning for quite some time. Some of you could be engineers, mechanics, or that's something that you might be learning or getting into. I'm also seeing something like software development, data analysis perhaps. But with Mercury, a lot of you could also be in a field that is primarily focused on communication, maybe the mind, psyche. It could be something like psychology, philosophy even, sociology, anthropology is also what is coming through. And I just thought of archaeology as well. I don't know, this person in the illustration made me think of an archaeologist or a historian. Yeah, so you could be digging up information. Maybe you could be discovering something that hasn't been discovered as of now, something of the past, something new, or you could be coming up with something new. But I feel like if it is the case, this will be a feat accomplished with the help of others or with others. And like I said, some of you could literally be attending a convention or some kind of gathering where other intellectuals, maybe other students or other people who are in the same field of study or field of work as you are gathering. And this is where you will discuss with them, or when you're interacting with them, conversations might arise where there might be epiphanies or revelations, or maybe even some kind of inspiration. Maybe someone says something to you and that kind of inspires you to look further into a topic, or to go back to an original work of yours, something that you have been working on, to maybe integrate into it something new or make adjustments. Or, someone might be saying something to you that will be like a eureka moment, because what they said is pretty much the answer to the problem that you have been facing for quite some time. So yeah, I feel like collaboration is the key this month, especially with the 11th house, because this is the house of groups, relationships with groups of people. It's also the house that concerns friendships. Yeah, so this month, just know you will be connecting with people who you can bounce ideas off of, who you can or you will feel comfortable to share your ideas with, because the expression safe is coming to mind. So you might find yourself in a space or with a group of people or in a community where you feel safe to discuss, because there is no judgment here. The word intellectual keeps coming to mind. Like, this is a space for intellectuals, people who are wanting to discuss and be challenged and challenge in a healthy and respectful way. This is all for educational purposes. This is all for growth. This is all in the sake of achieving some kind of breakthrough, maybe for the sake of science, something along those lines. Yeah, and with this machine here in the originality card, you could be coming up with a system, and again, this could be like as a result of you working with others, that is really going to help create efficiency, maybe at a workplace, or maybe just in general. Maybe some of you are literally inventors, and you could be inventing something that will help a community out, or that will be of help to others. Yeah, so this came through out of nowhere, but if you are coming up with something new, something original, think about patenting, think about copywriting. Yeah, before sharing it to the public perhaps, or sharing it with others, just keep that in mind if you are choosing to launch this, for example. Patenting and copywriting your work may be something you want to look into this month or at some point, if it is the case that you are working on something original. But with, this little blue bird and the star, this makes me again think of like divine guidance. So with community and listen, this month you may be receiving a lot of downloads from spirit, from your higher self, if you want to look at it that way, or source, the divine. Your spirit guides, they will be connecting and communicating with you if you believe in spirit guides or guardian angels, archangels. And they're letting you know, they're giving you a heads up about this, because the way that they are communicating with you this month might be very clear, is how it's coming through. So for some, this could be something like you're working on something and you're not thinking of anything, and then all of a sudden a word comes to mind or an expression comes to mind, and it's clear, it's crisp, and it makes sense because it applies to whatever it is that you're currently doing, right? So pay attention. Pay attention to what is coming through for you that makes sense, that is logical, because I'm getting a lot of like reason and logic with the originality card. And any message you're receiving from your spirit guides, it's meant to help you. It will help you. These messages might even sound or be quite practical, like practical advice, for example, or practical guidance, because they are meant to help in your day-to-day. They are even meant to help with something that you're currently working on or trying to achieve. Like I said, if you are someone who is not very social and you're attending an event, you could call upon your spirit guides or your angels or your higher self, whoever it is that you connect and resonate with, to ask for them to help you get through the night, and they will. They will provide you the information that you need to maybe spark a conversation or continue a conversation, or know what to say, or know who to engage with, where to go, and so forth. They are here to help you this month, help you make progress, help you with efficiency, help you with making something less difficult. I want to say less challenging, but I don't want to make challenges seem like an obstacle or a thing to run away from, because, challenges, they could be healthy, and it's sometimes healthy and good to be challenged, right? Because that's when and where we experience breakthroughs. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here, that this month you might be challenged, but I see this being exciting for you guys, because I see this being quite stimulating for you. This month you will be intellectually stimulated, that's for sure, creatively as well. I see your mind working. I see you looking at things from a different perspective, perhaps. I see you paying attention to things that before you didn't pay attention to, but these were crucial details or crucial information. And you paying attention to these is what is going to help you make some kind of progress or advancement, or see some kind of an alternative, a better way, perhaps, a faster route or a more efficient route. Yeah, so you are making progress with the Sith. So this month, you are being advised to, this is going to be very straightforward and blunt, but not be stubborn, because I feel like a new way is going to be presented to you, like an alternative. And this new way, this alternative per se, or this new way of seeing things, like this new perspective, new information, new method, new system, and so forth, is going to be the thing that maybe you have been looking for, or that is really going to help you, help your work, help with creating efficiency, you further developing something or furthering something along that you've been working on, and so forth. And so this month could be about looking for alternative ways, maybe even, I wouldn't say getting out of your comfort zone, but there is something about trying to look at something from a different angle, being open to, hearing from others, being open to new ideas, to experiment, to try something new, try something differently, maybe something that is a little bit outside of your field or your norm or what you're familiar with. So yeah, maybe this is something about getting out of your comfort zone a little bit this month, so that then you can see or find that which you have been looking for, or find that there is a better way. A more efficient way, I want to say. The word efficiency keeps coming through. Yeah. So just remember, everyone has something valuable to offer. It's important that we think differently, right? Because only then can we get a wider perspective, see a situation from all angles and not just one. But there's also a heads up here to not get carried away this month. With the 10 of diamonds, there's something about the goal being efficiency, the goal being maybe productivity, or making something a little bit easier for you, more feasible, rather than making it harder than it needs to be. So any ideas that you come up with, yes, embrace them, yet also be a little bit practical and logical when it comes to them. Make sure that they're feasible, especially if you're giving them some kind of deadline or due date. Make sure that they're feasible. I'm being reminded of the show, The Great British Baking Show. And this is a baking show, of course. And in this show, the bakers are presented with a challenge, and they only have a limited amount of time to meet this challenge. So there is one challenge called the showstopper, where they have to bake the cake that the judges are asking for, yet the design can be to their choosing, to the baker's choosing. And again, they only have a limited amount of time. And so there's often the case where there's one or two bakers who go all out. They want to build this amazing cake that has so many layers and so many details. It leaves the viewers and even the judges wondering whether they will be able to manage, because the idea is so ambitious for the amount of time that they have. And I sometimes wonder whether these bakers are taking into consideration that there might be other factors at play when they are baking. You know, like things happen. Sometimes they have to redo certain things. They have to take a little bit more time with the whole baking. And at the end, this doesn't leave them with the adequate amount of time needed to really create the cake that they had visualized from the start. And so I only bring this example just to illustrate that sometimes we can get a little bit too ambitious and maybe even over idealistic, where we're not really taking into consideration the factors, and we are maybe underestimating the amount of time that we have or how much time something actually needs. You know, it's like, again, it's like a cake. I don't know much about baking, even though I watched the show, but you know, the bread needs a certain amount of time to bake properly. And if we're not considering that, then we're not really being quite practical and logical about the whole ordeal. So there is something here about maintaining practicality. Practicality isn't a bad thing. You know, originality and creativity, they're amazing ingredients, but so is practicality. So is being logical, because when we integrate those ingredients as well, then we can create something magnificent. And this is not to say that it's not good to be ambitious or that isn't recommended. Please, if you feel called to be ambitious and bold, please go for it. This is more so about maintaining consideration for yourself by being ambitious while also allowing yourself to be practical and reasonable. Both can coexist. You can be both at the same time. So that's just something to keep in mind. I'm sorry if I went like on a spiel there trying to explain this, but I guess this message came through because with the 10 of diamonds, the goal is not to overwork yourself. But let me pull out some tarot cards now. And we have the moon in the upright with intuition, dreams, and illusion. And the moon is often associated with the zodiac sign Pisces. I personally often associate it with Cancer. So Cancer and Pisces could be of significance. Or Pisces season during March could be an important time. And we also have the Ace of Wands in the upright with breakthrough, inspiration, and new direction. Ooh. Okay, so those are way too many cards. I will reveal them to you. It's the 4 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, and the Knight of Swords are all beautiful cards. But I am going to try again because I feel like these are too many cards. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright with cycles of life, fate, and good luck. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands in the upright with achievement, recognition, and being in the spotlight. Wow. Okay, so this month is a month of major breakthroughs. I mean, the Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Wands. With the moon, this lets me know that there will be clarity this month. There will be aha moments. The Ace of Wands is letting me know about inspirations. Literally, I forgot. Look, here we have the keyword breakthrough. You will feel inspired, and there will be an incentive. There will be something that is motivating you to keep moving forward, to keep investigating, perhaps researching, communicating with maybe fellow colleagues to get to the bottom of something, or to get a better understanding of something you've been working on, or maybe that you will start working on or developing this month of March. With the Wheel of Fortune, this lets me know that things are turning around for the better. So there is progress, there is forward movement, there is the word acceleration came to mind. So that could be the case for a lot of you, where you're building momentum. Maybe after this breakthrough, yeah, because the Ace of Wands came before the Wheel of Fortune, you will start building momentum. The pace will be picking up. So this is making me think of a situation in which someone was confronted with a problem. And because they were confronted with this problem, they felt stuck for a little bit. But then there is a breakthrough. The solution comes that allows for one to solve the problem that they were facing. And after the problem is solved, that's when things start moving, and they start moving fairly quickly. Things are able to progress. So there is progress here. And with the Six of Wands, there is success, achievements, right? So this month, you could also be getting some kind of award or recognition. I did speak of an event. So maybe some of you are attending an event because you are being awarded something. Maybe you could be attending an event where awards are being handed out, and that's where you might meet people who maybe you can network with, that you can bounce ideas off of. But I keep thinking of scholars, like a scholarly event or connecting with scholars. Okay, because the word scholar came to mind. With the Six of Wands, this could be a scholarship. So for those of you who have applied to a scholarship or quite a few scholarships, it seems like you're getting good news in regards to this. Some of you might be literally winning some kind of scholarship, and it could be for something that you came up with, like an original work, an invention perhaps. This could be also a report, a research project maybe. So if you have been thinking about like applying for some kind of scholarship, or maybe a competition, some scholarly or scholastic event where you turn in an original work. I'm also thinking of when like writers turn in original work for like a writing competition or a poem competition. So that could be the case for some, but these are just examples. It could be anything else entirely, but if you have been thinking about that, or an opportunity for that presents itself, you are being advised to go for it. But I do want to just put the disclaimer that if you are turning something original for a competition or anything of that sort, just read through like the regulations and make sure that you're getting credit for your work. I just feel like that's something important. There's something here about you getting the credit that you deserve, you protecting your work through like copywriting or patenting, or just by you having your name on your work, your name out there. So that's just something to keep in mind. Although with the moon, some of you might be choosing to go anonymous. That could be a choice made by some of you. But yeah, the reason why you're being advised to go for it is because there is success. It seems like you guys have the makings of an inventor, a creator, an innovator, maybe even an entrepreneur with the Ace of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune makes me think of like rising to the top. This being your time to shine. This being your time to be in the spotlight, to claim your rewards, to be recognized for your work. Maybe this month, some of you are getting the recognition for something you yourself created, came up with, whatever that may be, you know. Yeah, with listen, this could literally be the case. Like if you created something original a while back and up until now you haven't gained the proper recognition for this, or you've been sharing an idea, right? You've been talking about something for a while, but people haven't been listening. This month they're listening. This month they're recognizing that it was you who created this, or it was you who developed this, or it was you who brought this idea up, or was also part of some kind of project or development. Yeah, it's like you're coming out of the shadows, or the truth is being revealed with the moon card here. The truth of who came up with this, who brought this up in the first place, who was the original creator. Yeah, so you're getting the props that you deserve, that you merit. And with the Ace of Wands, we do have the expression new direction. And I did speak about like being open to new approaches this month. So you could be taking a new approach, a new direction with something. Or you're simply being advised to be open to that, because I feel like something you've been working on or something you will end up working on this month will benefit a lot from taking it in a whole new direction. Maybe approaching it differently, perhaps. Yeah, and with the Wheel of Fortune, good luck. Good luck and fortune for you this month. The Wheel of Fortune makes me think of like fated events, but more like being at the right place at the right time kind of situation where you're coming into alignment with the right people. And I kind of gave that example at the beginning when I was explaining about you and attending an event and spirit helping you out. If you would need that kind of help, where you're like bumping into people who you will ultimately end up having a very engaging conversation with, or who you can converse with. You could be networking this month without really intending to. Again, this could be a situation in which you find yourself standing in a spot where someone important ends up passing by, or just also choosing to chill in, and you end up striking a conversation with this person, or they end up sparking a conversation with you, and you end up exchanging contact information, and turns out that this person is the head of some kind of corporation that you would love to be a part of or work in, and or they offer you some kind of job, or they offer you to connect with someone that you would love to connect with, something along those lines. And the Wheel of Fortune also makes me think of like leveling up. So there could be some kind of promotion for some of you, or there will be an opportunity to maybe level up at work. With the Six of Wands, this could be like if you work a 9-to-5, let's say, or you work at a company, you're gaining recognition through you receiving a raise, a promotion with the raise, or a title change perhaps, or maybe even a new office if you work on site. But for others of you, you could be offered a position somewhere, like at a company. You could be offered a job. For those of you who are students, this could be like offered to enroll in an institution, a college, a university, or in some kind of research program or program at school. But this illustration here, these two people are making me think of like when someone is graduating or about to receive an award, they go, on stage, and then you have the person who is handing out the awards extend their hand for a handshake. Yeah, so some of you could be receiving some kind of award. And with the moon, if you have been wondering how something will turn out, if there are better things coming for you, if you're heading in the right direction, this month you will be getting like the confirmation or the reassurance you have been looking for, kind of that valid proof that you might be needing or have been needing to know that if you are on the right track or not. And with the Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Wands, I feel like a lot of you are coming to realize that yes, you have been on the right track, or you're heading in the right direction. Because with new direction here, and then with the Sith, it could be that this month things are turning around for you in a way where things are looking up, but also you might find yourself heading in a new direction. But everything is happening organically and smoothly. So it's not like you need to put in extra work and an extra effort to find the best route. It's like it's being presented to you. It's unfolding for you. You're being guided towards it. And that's how you see that things are turning around for the better for you. So yeah, there could be some unexpected turn of events this month, but it all seems very favorable. It seems very organic. It's happening very naturally. It's flowing. There's no stagnation. There's no delays. At least I don't feel there to be any. As you take one step forward, the path reveals to you enough for you to know that it's safe for you to take the next step and the next step. And so it's like, again, you're being guided. You know where to go because it's laid out in front of you. And what is laid out in front of you seems very, very favorable, or it's calling to you. And so you feel this pull to keep on going, and the knowing that you are heading in the right direction. And so with the Ace of Wands, it could be for some, that a new opportunity will definitely be presented to you this month. This could be like I said, you could be offered a promotion with a raise, a different job position. You could be offered a job or a new job, a different job, or you could be offered an opportunity to work or collaborate with someone, a group, a team, or be part of a project, or to be part of a program, perhaps. Some of you could even be offered the opportunity to teach. But this illustration in the Ace of Wands makes me think of field work. So there could be an opportunity for that as well, if that applies to some of you. Yeah, so roads are opening up for you. And you're being shown this month that there is something better in store for you. Or sometimes what we see is not all that there is. And so it's best to keep our options open, or just, I forgot what the expression is, but keep our horizons wide or something like that, in the knowing that there is more out there, and that, things can take an unexpected turn for the better. Because I see, for a lot of you, I see that something will come to play. And that was the message that came through at the beginning, right? Rest assured, all is playing out accordingly. That you weren't quite anticipating, or you maybe didn't even imagine. But it's like a very good surprise. It's this feeling of, it wasn't in my plans, but now that it's being shown to me, you know what? This is exactly what I would like. This is exactly what maybe I've been dreaming of, but I hadn't realized up until now. Yeah, because I'm getting revelations with the moon and the Ace of Wands. And this little blue bird and this star is really standing out to me. So this symbol here could be of significance. Either blue birds or golden stars, or blue birds and golden stars together, paired together, could be of significance. Could be like a positive sign, a good omen for some of you. Yeah, so this month, just know that your hard work will be paying off. You're being celebrated, you're being compensated, fairly compensated, you're receiving recognition, you're achieving breakthroughs, you're gathering with like-minded people, intellectuals, scholars, or creatives, people who share your similar interest, or who you can bounce ideas off of. You're networking possibly, and you're gaining clarity, as well as confirmation, reassurance, or tangible proof. But let's see. The number 31 could be of significance, or the 8th, 10th, 11th, or 31st of the month of March may be important dates. But now that I mentioned the number 10 signifies endings, completion. And then the Wheel of Fortune, being the 10th major arcana of the deck, can also signify the ending of a cycle. So I do see you completing something this month, or finalizing something. Or this could also be like, if you have been facing some kind of problem or challenge, it's like you're completing this challenge this month, or you're solving this problem in the month of March. Like the answer is coming to you. You're experiencing an aha or eureka moment. I think that's what the bluebird and the golden star mean, like eureka. But yeah, let's see. Anything else I want to point out? You could be receiving a personal tarot reading this month that is really going to help. What came through is, it might be pretty cryptic, but the message will make sense in due time. It will make sense by some point in the year 2025. So you're being advised to listen, right? Don't ignore the messages right away if they're not really making sense, or they make some kind of sense. Doesn't mean that you have to like claim it if it's not really resonating with you, but just be open to it, because at some point in the year 2025, you might look back on these messages or reading and find that they make a lot more sense. Yeah, and that's why oftentimes it's mentioned in readings, like if information that you're looking for isn't coming to you, it most likely is because if you were to receive that information right now, it wouldn't make sense to you, because what you're experiencing in the moment might not really resonate with the messages that you're looking for, the information that you're looking for. And so that's why some messages or information take a little bit of time to reach us, only because we want the messages to make sense to you or to come to you when you need them or when they will be of help to you, right? But some messages do reach us a little bit ahead of time, so that could be the case here. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And let's see, pay attention to your dreams this month. Pay attention to your dreams, because they could be conveying important messages or information to you. Some of you could even be experiencing something like you're falling asleep or you took an afternoon nap, and then as you're falling asleep or via this nap, a solution comes to you, or you experience an aha moment or inspiration strikes. Some of your dreams might even be inspiring you in some way. And with the moon, you're being let know to not worry. Right. I know we want to know what it lays ahead. We want to know everything ahead of time. But again, knowing everything that lays ahead might end up confusing us even more than actually helping us. So just know that everything that you need will be given to you, or that you will have everything that you need to be able to move forward or progress smoothly without any problems this month. Okay, but let's see. You could be taking a trip. It could be like an outing, a day trip. Some of you may be traveling. It could be like to another town, a city, or it could be overseas for some. But I am definitely seeing some kind of trip. You taking some kind of trip. And I do get this feeling that some of you might feel a little bit adventurous this month or at some point in the month of March. So you might feel like this desire to go out more or spend a little bit more time outside or explore new places, visit new places, maybe go on some kind of trip, outing, travel. And you could be, because I did talk about a kitchen, you could be like exploring new foods or tasting new cuisines. And that could be you being adventurous this month. Also, listen makes me think of like listening to new type of music, new genres, exploring your music taste, experimenting with that perhaps. And this Sith is making me think of building. So you could be building something new or building your way up, building your reputation, building a good name for yourself, a good reputation. But also some of you could literally be building something. Like a piece of furniture, for example. That doesn't have to be necessarily the case, but you know, something along those lines. There could also be, you could be doing some kind of yard work this month as well. Or maybe if you haven't done so, maybe this is a reminder that your yard, front, back, needs a little bit of tending to. Okay, but now I'm going to move on to the last part of this reading, where I'm going to pull out extra oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance for you guys. And the cards I will be drawing out might also help with you getting a better or clearer, more detailed understanding of what the main themes or lessons for you will be this month, as well as maybe what you can focus on in March to get the best out of this month. And I will be offering you two options. So we have Piper here and we have Brimstone. Yes, I've named them to help with the whole selecting process. So if you'd like to get a more personalized message, because that's the goal for this segment here, you can cast your gaze upon these two options here, Piper and Brimstone, and see which one you're drawn to the most, because I will be pulling out at least one card for each rock. Yeah, and so whichever you end up selecting, then the card that falls out for that one, that will be the message meant for you. Okay. And if you don't want to select, that's fine. If you want to stick around for this part of the reading, you can just leave it like an open message. Consider both of them if you'd like. But I will start off with Piper here. And we have vitality with Aries and material. The key phrase, a seedling sprouts through the soil. And the message, It's time to fully honor the miracle of your life. You do not need to do anything to be deserving of love and happiness. Just being alive is enough. Take some time to appreciate who and where you are. Yeah, so with originality, this makes me think of you are original. You are unique in your own beautiful design. You are precious. You are valuable. No matter what you do or don't do, you are enough, because simply who you are is a beauty to behold. And the expression "a seedling sprouts through the soil" makes me think of growth. So know that you are growing, and you're growing beautifully. And I just was reminded of a quote from the animated series Adventure Time. And this is something that the character Jake says to Finn the human, which goes, "You are a beautiful flower and I love to watch you grow." So you are a beautiful flower and we love to watch you grow. So now I'm going to pull out a card for those who are drawn to Brimstone. So 2 cards fell out, and we have create space with Pisces and material, the key phrase, a house without walls, and the message, when the walls start to close in, you need to find wide open spaces. Dissolve the boundaries. It may be that you need more space in your calendar or the freedom to let yourself wander. And the illustration in this card makes me think of like coming out of your comfort zone a little bit, thinking outside of the box, seeing what else is out there, maybe even connecting with others. But create space makes me think of creating a space in which you can grow, in which you can thrive, experiment, and try new things. So you will have this creative space in the month of March. But we also have kinship with Cancer and Spirit, and the key phrase, multiple generations gather around the table, and the message, in your mind's eye, imagine your ancestors welcoming you to the table with acceptance. Whether or not your actual family provides a feeling of belonging, draw strength from your visualization of emotional support and unconditional love. And I love how we have people here gathered together around the table, because again, it's very similar to this energy in the community card, right? So you're definitely finding your community, finding emotional support. Like I said, you could be connecting or finding a lot of support from your spirit guides or your ancestors, as the card mentioned. And I see you not only connecting with humans, but also with animals, furry creatures perhaps. We have doggies and cats here. Yeah, and with kinship, a lot of you could actually be reuniting with family or people who you deem family, even if they aren't blood relatives. You could be reuniting and or connecting, gathering with friends as well. And I want to pull out one more extra oracle card. I just feel called to do so, and this is for everyone who is open to this message, regardless of whether you chose a rock or not, or which rock you chose. Okay, so one more card, and then we'll wrap up your reading. And we have self-expression with Leo and material, the key phrase, painting a self-portrait, and the message, finding the right fuel for your self-expression. Making something, whether a painting, a meal, a hairstyle, or a song, will help you transcend the mundane. Through your creativity, you share your spirit with the world. Yes, there will definitely be a lot of self-expression this month, knowing that, you know, your ideas, they're valuable and they merit being brought out, being given attention, your attention. So this month, some of you could be feeling really good about yourself because you're allowing yourself to create, right? You're creating space for your creative mind, your imagination to just express itself, or for you to explore, to experiment, to grow, to practice or hone in your skills perhaps, or just play with whatever you have, like play with paint, or take a more playful approach with your work perhaps, so that then you can find joy in what it is that you're doing. And then stars here, we have a star again. So stars could be of significance, especially 6-pointed stars, because both of these stars are 6-pointed. And let's see what else. We have tarot cards, tarot readings could be of significance. Music, anything that is audio could be of importance. Sits could also be an important sign or symbol. Could be speaking of like endings, new beginnings. This illustration made me think of when people gather together to connect with spirit. So that could be something you will be experiencing this month. Or this also makes me think of like sitting around at a table and talking about the old days, or, you know, bouncing ideas off of each other, sharing your personal journeys, your personal stories, and through that connecting on a deeper level with those who you are sharing these stories with. So that's something you might be experiencing as well. And this also makes me think of like dining with others, sharing in a meal together with loved ones or like-minded individuals. Maybe even people who you share some kind of soul connection with, like soul family members perhaps. Okay, but these are all the messages that are coming through for you guys. I feel like there's more, but no specific message is coming to mind. I just get this sensation of wanting to keep talking. So you could find yourself being quite talkative this month. And it could be because you are, connecting with people who you can talk to things about, like people who get what it is that you want to talk about. Because, in some cases, it might be difficult to find people who are interested in the same topics as you or who you can converse with about something that you are quite educated on. Like, for example, programming, software engineering, coding. Not everybody knows about that. And if you do, it might be difficult to find someone who also knows about that outside of like a coding or software engineering programming class or course or school. So yeah, you could be connecting with people who get you, or you can have conversations with about something that you know of or something that you're working on, and that's going to be very exciting. You might find that you can't stop talking because now you can actually expand on your ideas with someone. So this is pretty exciting. But it could be anything outside of like school, scholastic, higher learning. This could be something that you're interested in, like maybe an artist, a musician, or like a drama, movie, cinema, things like that. Okay, but I'll leave it here. So thank you so much for watching until the very end, and a huge thank you to all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. And if you are interested in a personal reading, I do offer some. So if you're interested, all the information is provided in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. And if you enjoy this reading, and if you would like to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. And before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to Spirit, your spirit team, my spirit guides, for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. So thank you very much, and I'm wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful month of March, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, if you were drawn to the Void card, bienvenidos to your reading. So a couple of messages came to mind when meditating on the energy of this group, which were wait, we are here for you, as well as rest assured, it will get fixed. And I also did notice that when I was connecting with the energy of this group, I found myself in my mind searching, as if I were in the dark. So that in itself really stood out to me. And one of the images I did see in my mind was of rain or rainfall, water falling. So the element of water could be of significance for this group, especially water falling. Something that comes to mind is like a waterfall, of course, rainfall, but also it could be something like a shower. And water falling makes me think of cleansing, releasing. So this month you may be releasing something in your life. You could be maybe decluttering your space, but I more so feel like if you are looking and are wanting to, for example, cleanse your energy field, you are being let know that a wonderful and a very simple way to do so could be through you stepping into water falling. So taking a shower, or if there is some kind of waterfall available to you, maybe standing next to a waterfall, maybe even just hearing or listening to water falling could be very healing, soothing, and cleansing for your energy field. And as the water falls, you can visualize as it cleanses your body, your energy field, and removes any blockages or stagnant energy, anything that you no longer want to hold on to. So if you feel inspired to do this, you might want to do this a couple of times throughout the month of March, and I feel like it's going to be very, very helpful for a lot of you, but only if you feel called to do so, right? It's not a must. There's other ways, that might be more soothing for you and calming for you to cleanse your energy. And seeing that the word wait came through, if currently you feel in some kind of rush or you feel a bit restless or as if you need to do something right now, but this need is coming more so from a space of like anxiousness and maybe even FOMO, like a mentality of if I don't do this right now, then I'm going to miss out, something along those lines, then you are being advised to take a moment and breathe and consider if taking action right now is really necessary, because I feel that you are being advised to wait or to slow down, or at some point in the month of March you will be advised to wait or to slow down, because it could be that if you were to take action right then and there, you would be taking action without some kind of crucial information or detail that would have come to your awareness if you would have waited a little longer. So if at any point in the month of March you find yourself waiting, or you're being told to wait, or some instinctual or even intuitive part of you is hinting at you to wait or hold off on something, doing something, saying something, then listen to that. Consider the why, and consider if probably and most likely it will be better for you to slow down or hold your horses a bit. And because the message, rest assured it will get fixed, came through, this could even be a situation in which if there is something that you feel you need to fix, and that is causing you to rush into something, or that is making you feel a bit impulsive with your actions and with your decisions, then this could be the very thing that you're being asked to hold off on a bit, especially if this situation is one that is out of your control or it doesn't require of your immediate action. Because this could be a case in which the situation will fix itself, or if you give it a little bit more time, the answer will come to you, or things will fall into place, arrange themselves accordingly, so the situation will ultimately get fixed without you needing to do more or go the extra mile or put it in even more effort. So it could be something along those lines. So that's just something to consider for the month of March. But if there is anything that is worrying you, anything that you are wanting for it to get fixed or resolved, you're being let know that it will. It will get fixed, resolved, or solved in the month of March. And if there is something that you feel you need, it's necessary, it's crucial, again, only take that which resonates. Yet what is coming through is whatever this may be, if this is resonating with you, is not in actuality something that you need, at least not for the moment, maybe not for the month of March. So of course this is very general, like if this is resonating with you, I don't know what it may be about, it could be different for each one of you, yet there is this feeling of it might seem like you need it, but you don't. And if you really believe that this is something that you need right now, you're being advised to look more into the why. Like, where did this belief of you needing this, needing to have this, needing to experience this perhaps come from? Is it truly something that you need, or is it more like a belief that you need it? Because at least how it's coming through intuitively is that whether you have this right now or you don't, it wouldn't really make a difference. But it more so feels like you're being let know that this isn't something that you need. You can do without it. So if you're giving a lot of power to this, you're being asked to reclaim your power from this. Because once you do, things will become a lot clearer for you, or you yourself will feel a lot more grounded, and how it's coming through is whole and complete. But yeah, again, only take that which resonates, because I know that was very, very general and probably a bit cryptic, but I try my best to share and convey what comes through intuitively, and sometimes it's not very specific. Yeah, but now I'm going to move on to the cards. And there is a reassurance here that whatever it is that you do need this month, it will be presented to you. It will come your way. So, interesting. But the first cards I will be drawing out will give us an overview of the month, as well as a look at what the main themes and lessons of March will be. Oh, and something I forgot to point out. When I was shuffling this deck and this card came out, it actually came out in the reversal. And I felt like that was something I needed to point out when I gave your reading, because this card coming out in the reversal makes me think that either you're coming out of a situation that was unclear or confusing, or things are becoming a lot clearer for you this month of March. And if you have been experiencing brain fog, or you yourself have felt a little bit all over the place or a bit ungrounded, things will change for you this month. You will start feeling clear-headed and a lot more centered. Ooh, interesting. So we have the 8th house with Sun in Scorpio and the key term endurance. Beautiful. So some of you could be a Scorpio Sun, or someone who is a Scorpio Sun may be playing a significant role in your life this month of March. But Scorpio season could also be of significance. I know we are receiving messages about the month of March, but maybe something that you're dealing with right now, or that pops up in the month of March, or that you start this month, could be brought up again during Scorpio season, or finalized during this season, something along those lines. Or you're just being given a heads up that you will be experiencing something positive, like receiving good news, for example, or positive outcomes during Scorpio season. Let me see. So we have breathe it in with instincts alluring, the number 35, and the message, take the time to smell. Your sense of smell may be extra heightened right now. Smell the smells you love. Light a candle, use new lotions, perfumes, entice your senses or your partners. Interesting. So the number 8 seems to be of significance. We have 8 here with the 8th house, and then if we add up 3 and 5 with 35, we also get 8. So you could be seeing the number 888, or the angel number 888, or repeated 8s a lot throughout the month of March, and maybe you have been seeing this number a lot recently, and this could be serving as some kind of confirmation. And we have the 6 of spades with number 29, the mouse. And it's interesting because we have this mouse here that kind of looks like they're sniffing around. So there's something here about scent, smell, or your nose, your olfactory senses. Some of you could be quite sensitive to smells, or you will be this month. For some, this could be indicating that your senses, maybe your psychic or even your intuitive senses, are heightening. You're becoming more aware of your surroundings, of your environment. And if you have been feeling ungrounded or uncentered, then your senses, whether it be your sense of smell or another sense heightening, could be a sign that you are getting grounded, or are a lot more grounded, a lot more centered, a lot more in the present moment per se. And this month, some of you may be developing or activating one or more of your clear senses, which are like, in a way, psychic abilities, if you want to look at them that way. And for some, it could be clairsalience, which is the clear sense of smell. But with instincts and the 8th house, this lets me know that this month, your intuitive and psychic senses are going to be quite sharp. And I'm sensing a lot of calm right now. It's like my mind is going a bit blank, but I don't feel panicked. On the contrary, I feel aware. And I keep getting this image or this sensation of, I have my eyes closed, or someone has their eyes closed, but still they can see. They can see even better with their eyes closed, because their sight only distracts them from what's really going on behind the scenes, or what's really going on an energy level perhaps. So this month you could be feeling your way through things, or you could be allowing for your intuition to guide you, or even your psychic senses. So some of you could be experiencing clairvoyance, where you're seeing the information that you need in your mind's eye. You're gaining more clarity via your third eye, and not so much with your physical eyes. And this month, you could find yourself in one or more situations where your reality is hinting you at one thing, but your intuition is telling you something else. And so with endurance, this could be something like As an example, your reality makes it seem like you need to take action right then and there. But intuitively, you feel in your heart of hearts or in your gut, you feel like, no, it's best to not take action right now. Maybe it's best to endure or hold off a bit, wait things out. And you might not really know why you feel this way or why you're getting this intuitive or instinctual feeling to not just go for it or jump in. But you trust this feeling. You trust it more than what is happening around you. So you might be getting certain intuitive hints or feelings about things that might not make a lot of sense to you right now, but you know them to be important. And so either you're waiting for clarity to come for you to get a better understanding of why you're getting these feelings, why your intuition is telling you something, or you're more so going with whatever your intuition is telling you in the moment. Because the Six of Spades reminds me a lot of the Six of Swords in traditional tarot, which is often a card that speaks of spiritual guidance or divine guidance. It also speaks of sailing into calmer waters. It speaks of the calm after the storm. And so for some, and only take this if it applies or resonates, since the following may not be the case for everyone. With endurance, maybe you are currently going through a very confusing time, or there is something that is confusing you that is maybe not looking so great, or that is testing your patience perhaps, because we do have the Lion here, which reminds me of the Strength card in traditional tarot, which often speaks of patience and one's temperament. So something could be ruffling your feathers, something could be not sitting quite right with you, but instead of lashing out, instead of maybe even calling quits or jumping into conclusions, jumping the gun per se, you're choosing to breathe it in. You're choosing to wait it out because that's what you're feeling guided to do. At least based on the cards, there is this feeling of someone having this feeling that the situation will improve, or the truth will be revealed, or something will be exposed, or the answer will come, or the way through, the way out will be revealed very soon. Things will align, etc. Something in you might be telling you to wait, and you're going with it. Of course, it's up to you, right? Because if you don't feel inclined to wait, then you don't have to. Because I keep talking about intuition of feeling. So in a different case or scenario, or for others of you, your intuition and your instincts may be telling you the complete opposite, which is to not wait or stick around. Instead, it is telling you that it's time to go, move on, or leave. So it will be up to you whether you adhere to the call within, advising you to either, let's say, stay or to go. But with the Six of Spades and breathe it in, there is a heads up that things will get better. And this message here is really standing out to me in the Six of Spades card, which is it denotes recovery after great difficulty. So yeah, if you have been facing some kind of difficulty, it seems like this month things are improving. They're definitely improving, but you might need to be a little bit patient when it comes to this. You might need to endure. But again, it's up to you. And also depending on your situation, because if your very being is telling you to leave and not stay because, let's say, this is a case in which you are not safe or you feel unsafe or unwell where you are at, then it is time to go. Because in only doing so will you then be able to move on to calmer waters per se. So there is no need to endure a situation that places your health or well-being at obvious risk, or even the well-being of loved ones. Because with the Sun, this does make me think of revelations, clarity, and the Sun card in traditional tarot is a card that speaks of success, victory, happiness, joy. So better days are coming. Or if right now you feel like things are cloudy or gloomy, you're being let know that the sun will shine, and it will shine at some point in the month of March. This could also be indicating that if the weather wherever you are currently located or living has been pretty gloomy, like downcast, there has been a lot of rain, the sun will be shining at some point in the month of March. There will be sunny, clear, beautiful, warm days. And if you have been feeling or sensing that something is up, and maybe that is what is causing you to maybe hold off on something, not go through with something, wait it out, you're being let known that you are in the correct. Something is indeed not quite right, let's say. And this will be exposed or revealed at some point in the month of March. So an example that is coming to mind is person A got an invitation to attend something or go somewhere, and the invitation looked really good on paper, or the offer, yet intuitively person A felt like something was not quite right, or they didn't feel as excited to accept the invitation or the offer or attend whatever it is that they were invited to. And so they might have declined, they might have said no, or they might have held off on giving an answer. And then at some point in the month of March, it's revealed that this invitation or offer was a ruse, or it wasn't worth it. Something is revealed to person A that confirms to them, so I was right in not accepting this. There was a reason why I was taking so long in giving a response. Now I understand, now I see, and I am so grateful that I responded or that I acted the way that I did, because I totally just dodged the bullet. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. So your intuition, even your instincts, like your inner knowing, your gut feelings, your keen senses, your keen awareness, and maybe even observation, because with the 8th house, it does make me think of someone who is quite observative, someone who has like that sixth sense, of picking up on things, picking up on little details, things that go unseen or overlooked by a lot of people who are only focusing on maybe the bigger picture. That is what is saving you this month. So just know you guys are very intuitive. You have a very, I don't know what to call it, but you have this keen awareness of things. You see things, you more so sense things. So you know when something is off, you know when maybe someone is lying, not being completely honest, or there's still more stuff that need to be revealed. And you know how to wait it out, or you know how to take your time with things, or this month that's what you're doing, and it's really serving you, it's really helping you. And the endurance card is also making me think of knowing how to choose your battles. So I don't see you stepping into anything that might destroy your peace or mess with your peace, mess with your balance, the balance you have created in your life or for yourself, like your inner balance. You're steering away and staying away from drama, and anything that feels a little bit out of balance, you're picking up on it right away and saying, nah, I'll step onto those lands once they stop quaking, and once I'm sure that when I'm standing on them, there will be no quaking. Because I've worked so hard to establish peace in my life for it to get messed around with by something unimportant or unnecessary. So that's kind of the vibe I'm picking up on here. Or maybe that's the advice for this month, to steer away from unnecessary drama. Prioritize your peace, your well-being. Because not every situation or every person's reaction or commentary needs your response or your reaction. They don't need of your energy, right? You get to choose where you invest your energy. You get to choose who you give your attention to. Think of yourself as the sun. You get to choose who you shine your light to. Your light being your attention, your focus. You get to decide what's worth it and what isn't. What is better to just walk away from, turn away from. Just let it be. Yeah, so this month I feel is about knowing how to choose your battles, knowing what to invest your energy in, who to give your attention to, what to focus on. And once again, I want to reassure you, especially with the card Endurance, that things will get resolved and are fixed this month. So anything that's been worrying you, that you've had to endure or push through with, there will be positive news in regards to this, or there will be progress. You will see betterment in regards to this situation. The 6th, the 8th, the 11th, or the 29th of March could be important dates. I got 11 from adding 9 and 2. There might be some kind of process or procedure that will take a little bit of time or will require of your patience, but you're being let known that being patient with this, letting it unfold or let it go through its stages, it's going to be worth it. But again, it's up to you, right? Don't feel like you need to act or respond a certain way, because remember, this month, it's about you following your intuition, following your instincts. I wouldn't say impulses, but more like those gut feelings. Okay, but we have the Knight of Wands with fearless, risk taker, and free spirit. And we also have, the Queen of Swords in the upright with honest, protective, and quirky. I like this energy. I felt a very badass vibe when I looked at the Queen of Swords. So you're stepping up this month, or just know that you are quite badass. With the Queen of Swords, I feel you are someone who knows how to defend themselves, how to set your boundaries. You know... Oh, this sounds a little bit strange, but how it came through was, you know what is good for you. You know your worth. And so you're not settling. You're not aiming to settle in the sense of choosing anything lesser than what you feel you merit or what you know is truly good for you or of your highest good. And could be quite good with your communication, with your words. What came through is, you could cut with your communication. Yeah, so this is again, the messages are a bit, how they're coming through, they're a bit peculiar, so I apologize, but what came through is your tongue or your voice, your communication is a weapon, and you've learned or you're learning how to wield it. You may have a sharp tongue is what I wanted to say, or maybe this is a heads up that this month you will. This month you could be quite direct with your communication, so words might come to you easily, but the Queen of Swords is intelligent. So there is something here about knowing the right time for things. So you might find yourself choosing your words quite carefully and or being quite selective and mindful as to when you say something, when you speak up or speak out. And it's all very calculating. It's not manipulating. That's not the vibe I'm getting here. It's more like someone who is assessing their situation, and based on what they observe and what they intuitively sense, what they pick up on, they know if it's a good time to speak up or not. Or it makes me even think of someone who waits for the right timing, like for the right setting, or for when things do get quiet, to then speak up, because they know that it's in that moment that all eyes or all ears will be on them or tuned to them, to what they're saying. It's when they know they can make, or they will end up making, the most impact. But we also have the Knight of Coins with responsible, consistent, and hardworking. Wow, so these are really cool energies here, because these three cards make me think of someone who is very intelligent, someone who is quite observant, someone who knows what they're doing, someone who is even quite familiar with a situation, with an environment. Again, it makes me think of someone who can walk around in a room blindfolded because they know the room so well. They know where everything is. Or someone who can do something blindfolded because they're quite skilled, or they're quite familiar with what it is that they are doing. And so it's a bit of a piece of cake for them. So trusting yourself this month. Trusting yourself. You've got it. That's all I want to tell you. You've got it. And because we do have the Knight of Wands with risk taker, this does make me think of someone who is acting or making decisions in a way that might not be so... might be confusing to others. It makes me think of something unexpected. Like, for example... And this is just an example because this could be a terrible example, but the example that came to mind is a product has just been released, and it's the product person A has been awaiting. And everybody who knows person A knows this, has heard the news that the product has been launched. And they're all thinking to themselves, has person A already purchased it? Because they've been wanting this for so long and it seems like it's running out. And so they call person A and they ask them, so how's the product? Because they're assuming that person A has already purchased it. But to their surprise, person A notifies them that no, they have not purchased it. And everybody is a bit shocked by this response. And they're wondering, why? Why haven't you purchased it? It's running out, you know? And person A replies, no, it's not time yet. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. And they're like, if you wait any longer, there isn't going to be any more. You're gonna need to wait another year or another season for this product to be restocked. And person A is like, no, I'll wait. And person A does wait. And lo and behold, the product goes on sale. 50% discount, let's say. And that's when person A ends up purchasing it. And everybody is awestruck by the turn of events. Like, wow, how did you know that this was going to go on sale? How did you know it was going to run out? And person A is like, I had a feeling. Or something told me to wait, and so I just did. And this might be a little bit strange to others, but it worked out for person A. Because they get a pretty chill vibe from the Knight of Wands. You know, oftentimes the Knight of Wands is depicted as this very passionate energy that's on the go. But this Knight of Wands looks pretty chill. Like they're taking their time. They're helping this kitty out of this tree, and they're not panicked, because they know that everything is going to be all right. And so you could have that kind of feeling at some point in the month of March, or something in you could be feeling like everything is going to be all right. So there's no need to panic. And so a lot of you could be following that inner feeling. You could be listening to it, paying attention to it. And that's why you're not feeling in a rush. For others of you, you're being advised to pay attention to that little voice that is telling you everything is going to be fine, because it's telling you the truth. The Queen of Swords also makes me think of one's inner voice, inner guidance. And then we have the Knight of Coins, which is an energy that doesn't rush. You know, the Knight of Coins plans things out and takes their time with things so that they can create positive outcomes, or they can assure themselves that whatever it is that they are creating or building up to is going to be worth it and is going to be of high quality. And so the Knight of Coins has a goal in mind. The Knight of Coins has a vision. And them moving slowly, or what may be slow to others, doesn't mean that they aren't working hard or putting in the effort, or that they don't have a goal in mind, because they do. And you can bet that the Knight of Coins is a hard worker, is responsible and determined, and quite passionate. I will say that the Knight of Coins is very passionate. I know the Knight of Coins is not often described that way, but they are, because they are quite determined and they're tenacious. They believe in what they are doing. That's why they work so hard for it, or put in the effort, or are dedicated to it. Right? So there's different passionate energy can manifest in different ways. And so I do sense that this month is about trusting in yourself, but it's more like the cards here are more so telling you to keep doing as you've been doing, especially if you have been trusting in your inner guidance, because you're doing a magnificent job. And if you ever do feel like something is like missing, or you're missing some kind of information, or you are looking for something but you don't know quite what it is that you're looking for, it could be because you are intuitively sensing and picking up on that something is incoming, or that there is crucial information that has yet to be revealed, right? So if it hasn't been revealed yet, it could be because right now it's not the right time, right? Maybe you don't really need this information right now, but you will be needing it at some point. And when you do, it will be exposed to you. It will be given to you. And that's when you might know, or will know more, like what next step to take, what to do next, how to move forward. Because with these three cards, I do get this feeling of taking it one step at a time. You know, with the Queen of Swords, there could be a little bit of planning or anticipating, like preparing, getting ready for, yet it's more like getting ready through awareness, by being observant, by paying attention, by listening. so that then you can, in a way, anticipate the next move. But it's not necessarily about trying to assume, trying to foretell, because that's not really the vibe I'm picking up here. Because the Queen of Swords, again, is very logical. And so is the Knight of Coins. I would say that the Knight of Coins is a bit more practical. Yeah, so I don't see any kind of recklessness, like taking action out of fear or out of anxiousness, or just to jump on some kind of bandwagon, follow through with what other people are advising or doing. I see you being a lot more introspective, observant, and organizing or formulating your own plans, per se, your own moves, more like, based on what you are observing and sensing and intuitively feeling. So what I was going to say with risk taker is that you could be moving in a way this month where for others it might seem like you're being a bit of a risk taker, or you're moving about in a very fearless manner. But in actuality, all that you are doing is trusting in yourself, trusting in your inner guidance. And also, taking action based on the information that has already been given to you. Because again, the Queen of Swords in the upright isn't reckless. The Queen of Swords wouldn't make a move unless they saw that the move is possible or would benefit them or is a good move. I think of right now, I'm thinking of the Queen of Swords as a master chess player. So no need to rush and no need to settle is what keeps coming through. No need to settle. And with the Queen of Swords, the advice for this month is be mindful of your communication, how you communicate things. Again, if you ever feel an impulse to say something, check in on this impulse. Give yourself some time to really assess the situation, because it seems like this month communication is everything, or wording is everything. It will play a significant role. And this is true for verbal and written communication. And so by you giving yourself some time, you could be saving yourself a lot of misunderstandings, or maybe even drama, possibly even conflict, trouble. Yeah, because we do have the Knight of Coins here with slow it down. And again, this, to me, it's simply reiterating the messages that came through at the beginning. You might need to slow down, or you would want to slow down, or just wait a little bit. So yeah, just give yourself some time in certain situations before, again, jumping the gun or making some kind of decision or saying anything or doing anything. I feel like that's the advice for the month of March. Very important, I feel. And with the Queen of Swords, I do see you weighing out your options. I do see you possibly being in charge of something this month. You could be, with the Knight of Wands, developing something or offering ideas this month, sharing your ideas, or coming up with something unexpected, something new, something out of the box is how it's coming through. Or you might need to possibly think a little bit outside of the box in order to figure something out this month, or to move something along more efficiently. That's like a message that has been popping up for all of the groups so far, like efficiency or taking a new and different approach, a sideways approach to something. But with the Knight of Coins, you will be making steady progress this month. So at work, if you're working on a project, there will be steady progress. This could be in terms to your finances, maybe your studies. If you are a student, you're making steady progress, your grades are improving, or you will see an improvement this month. Or you will find that you are getting the hang of something a lot better in the month of March. Again, the word efficiency, so things are going to be a lot more efficient at some point in the month of March. There could be some revisions, there could be some checkups or check-ins going on this month, but things will turn out well. Or revising something, reviewing it is going to help a lot. So yeah, if you're working on something, consider reviewing it or looking it over, or having somebody else look it over for you, revise it. Because sometimes it's best to do that, because when we've been working on something for way too long, we kind of tend to miss things because we've been so in it. So it's sometimes recommended to ask someone else to take a look at it. So that could be the advice for this month as well. But yeah, if there's anything that like you're being reviewed on or being evaluated on or inspected on this month, you will be passing, or you will end up passing this, getting approved, etc. There could be some delays. There could be some things that you might be asked to like do over, but these will be like minor inconveniences, because this will be things that can be addressed right away or adjusted right away, like minor things. And once they are, then like everything will be set, or you will get approved, or something will get finalized successfully. Yeah, and you could definitely be at the head of something. You could be the one making checkups or checking in or evaluating and so forth. Yeah, so if the month starts off pretty hectic, things will get better, become more stable, a lot more organized, or peaceful even by mid-March, and definitely towards the end of the month. The message that keeps coming to mind is it will get better, it will get fixed, all will turn out well, all will turn out well. And you will have time to relax is also what is coming through. You will have time to relax. You will have time to take a breather. Yeah, so if there's any important projects that you need to turn in, or that its deadline is in the month of March, you will be meeting this deadline. You will be turning this in successfully. All will be well. Oh, by the way, I've noticed that we have 2 felines in your spread. So felines, cats, maybe lions could be of significance. If you have an animal companion that is a feline, you will be spending a lot of time with them this month, or getting a lot of comfort from them. And I see you experiencing a lot of cute moments with like an animal companion or a feline. If you have an animal companion this month, you could be taking them in for like a checkup, a check-in, like for their vaccines or something like that. And for some of you, this could be like their first time visiting a vet. And if you're a little bit like nervous about this, know that everything is going to turn out well. All right. You're doing good. You're doing good. Okay, but now I'm going to move on to the last segment of this reading, where I'm going to pull out extra oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance for this month. And if you'd like, you can select one of these 2 options that I have here. So for option 1, we have Piper. And for option 2, we have Brimstone. Yes, these are rocks that I've named. To get a more personalized message, because I will be pulling out at least 1 card for each one. And so whichever rock you choose, whatever card falls out for it, that will be the message meant for you at this moment. And hopefully the messages on the cards will also give you a clearer idea, or more specific information about what the main themes and possibly even lessons of this month will be for you, as well as maybe an advice or guidance on what it is that you can focus on to get the best out of March. Okay, so if you want to, you can select one of these, but if you don't feel called to do so, then that is fine. You can still stick around for this portion of the reading and just see if any of the messages on the cards resonate with you or of help to you. But I will start off with Piper. And we have a Jupiter with expansion and the expression, a hot air balloon ascends. And the message, when you find and follow your truth, you take off. Your values can inspire you, and defining your unique philosophies can help you expand. Focus on your own optimism, and you may come to believe that anything is possible. Yes, believing yourself, trusting yourself. Do what feels right to you. And there's something here about integrity. Maintain your integrity always, but especially this month, because I feel a lot of you will be quite happy and quite proud of yourself for choosing to trust in yourself or maintain your integrity, or for having followed your truth. But now I'm going to pull out a card for those of you who are drawn to Brimstone. And we have Moon with emotions. And the key phrase, waves roll in day after day. And the message, allow the flow of emotions to carry you, all the while trusting that you will make your way back to shore. You are continuously responding to the moment you are in. Tune into your sensitivity and compassion. Wow. Okay, so there's a lot of messages about trusting, and then the sentence, you are continuously responding to the moment you're in, made me think of like taking it one step at a time, maybe taking it one day at a time. I know that's like pretty obvious, right? But yeah, like going with the motions, and yeah, tuning into your sensitivity, right? Definitely your senses will be quite keen this month. And compassion is making me think of patience. It's making me think of wisdom. You know, I think those who demonstrate compassion are those who have acquired a lot of wisdom or are quite wise. They are emotionally aware, emotionally mature, and understanding. And just remember, you know, someone who is compassionate, demonstrates compassion, doesn't mean that they don't have boundaries or that they don't set their boundaries. Because one can be compassionate while having very strong boundaries as well. It's not mutually exclusive. Okay, but yeah, these are, let's see, the moon, stars, hot air balloons, the planet Jupiter, the sun imagery could be of significance. We also have horses and felines. Also like signs, literally signs with words on them could be like important. You could be receiving a lot of like messages or confirmation via signs like billboards or stuff like that, or even like messages or on like license plates is how it's coming through. Yeah, but also like your senses, your 5 senses, your intuitive senses, your psychic senses are also of significance this month. Emotions also makes me think of temperament, like having a healthy temperament. Okay, but these are all the messages I am seeing for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much to all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just let them run in the background, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. And before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to Spirit, your spirit team, my spirit guides, for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. Thank you so very much. And I am wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful month of March. And until the next moment, bye bye.